welcome to Tungsten Tales. Absolutely delighted to hit my old stomping ground, Bristol, at the Bar 501 with its owner, Steve Brown.
Hi Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, really good, mate. Some big news. Let's start there with the Junior Darts Corporation. Michael van Gerwen now on the board of directors. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I've been talking to Michael. He's obviously a global ambassador for us anyway. So I've been talking to Michael over the last 6 months or so, and he showed a real interest in, not on the business side of things, but just getting involved with junior darts. And obviously, he was once a prodigy himself, so he knows what it takes to make that transition from, having a dream, I suppose, to achieving it. So it's a great fit for us.
Yeah, so it's all about the evolution. As we've spoke about before, the top end of the game is in a great place right now. As I suppose is middle ground with the development tours, challenge tours, but slightly different how we both started. I remember you coming home from school with your school bag when I used to practice in your dad's pub down in St George in Bristol. It's but no, I totally agree. Other sports do have academies, and I love the fact that it's, like I say, not just about developing their darts, it's developing their role in life almost, giving them, something to do, an activity they love. It improves their mathematics, but also sets them up, teaches them a bit of manners, I suppose, and it's all great. But I think with Michael involved, it gives you such more kudos. I mean, and I love the fact that he hasn't forgotten his roots. It'd be quite easy for him. He's making millions of pounds. It's well documented. He could just walk away into the sunset. But I think it's all credit to him. Yeah,
no, it's passion for it. In the meetings that we've had, it just shines through. And I think that he's got some great ideas as well, and he's going to be pretty much hands on. So looking forward to it.
Well, talking about Michael van Gerwen, what do you think of his chances of retaining the world title this year?
He's got every chance. But I mean, there's we mentioned before about the changing of the guard. There's a few players on the up. Your Mensers, Daryl Gurneys, Rob Crosses. So I think it's going to be tough for him, but in my opinion, he's still the best. Yeah,
I think the averages and the stats suggest that there's still a gap, but that gap is closing. We've seen it years ago with Phil Taylor, who himself will be playing his last World Championships this year. And where do you think darts is that gap he's gonna leave behind? Do you think it will be a big void, or do you think now that there's just so much quality out there that although he'll be missed by his fans and obviously the fact that he played at such a high level for years, do you think that void's going to be filled fairly quickly?
Yeah, I think the players of today, they all feel a great debt of gratitude because obviously he's helped put the sport where it is, but he was always 10 years ahead of his time, Phil, so he's sort of had his own way for a long time. But people have seen the bar that he set. They've matched that now, and I think there's a lot more money in the game, so a lot more people can take it seriously, practice 8-10 hours a day, which is obviously what they're doing. So I think when it comes to challenging for titles now, you could pick one of 10 players that can potentially win the event. So for darts, it's great. I mean, we'll all miss Phil, but I think he's left darts in a good place.
Yeah, about time I made my comeback now that he's gone. But unfortunately, there's the Rob Crosses, Daryl Gurneys of this world.
Yeah.
What do you think about Rob Cross? What's your opinion?
Well, I mean, my son showed me a stat just recently that his Super League averages from 4 years ago. The rise from then to now is unbelievable, and I'd love to know what he's done. Whether he's strong mentally, or if he's had help, that'd be interesting to know. But his confidence at the moment he hasn't got a lot of experience, but what he's got is a bundle of confidence, and I think that get him through. I think he's going to be a top 10 player certainly. Yeah,
he's got an insane amount of bottle. He doesn't seem to get phased. I know a lot of people talk about his throw. The end part of his throw for me is lovely. It's smooth. The extension of the wrist and the actual flop of the wrist is good. But sometimes I see that there's a little bit when it's real pressure.
Yeah,
he seems to tighten a little bit like Chisnell. They have that little thrutch where the shoulder goes up. How that will manifest itself in years to come when there's more pressure on him, when he has got money or points to defend, we don't know. He's an unknown quantity, but I think it's been fabulous watching his rise to the top from seeing him 2-3 years ago at the UK Open. I think he had a run to the last 16, but it's been fairly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget at the moment he's free rolling. He's not defending anything. He's just climbing. So in 2 years' time, he's going to have to defend these points. So I think his third year is going to be really important. I want to know if he's going to be around for a long time. If he can defend what he's earned this year in 3 years' time, then he's going to be around for a long time.
Fair play. We're seeing with Adrian Lewis at the moment. He's got a couple of 100,000 to defend over the next 2-3 months. He could find himself outside the top 16 of the world. Do you think that's a genuine changing of the guard, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so. I mean, no disrespect to them, they've had great careers, and hopefully they'll continue to do well. But your James Wade's, Adrian Lewis's, even your Paul Nicholson's, and they're all falling by the wayside. And I think that's where the game's going now. And we've got a flow of players coming through now, but behind them there's another flow of players, and and with the development tours, challenge tours, they're all prepared for success now. So I think over the next 20 years we'll have a lot of fun with the darts. So,
and who knows, someone from that Junior Darts Corporation could find their way into the World Champion. It's not that far away when you think now, when you look at the likes of Corey Cadby, and you know what I mean, he's only in his early 20s and he's already made a massive impression on the sport. I'm not sure whether you watched much of him during the coverage we did on ITV, but
I did,
what's your opinion of him?
I think he's great for the game. He ruffles feathers. That's what we need. As a spectator sport, it's boring just seeing robots go out there and playing a game. So anybody that goes out there and gives it and ruffles the feathers, and I mentioned Paul Nicholson when he was in his pomp. Yeah, he was great, and I think he can learn a lot from Paul, because when Paul didn't care, didn't give a damn, that was when he was at his best. And I think Corey's going to get people in his ear now saying, change this, change that. That's the last thing he needs to do. Stay as you are, mate. And I think you do well.
Yeah, I agree. Paul Nicholson was one that he loved that bad boy impression and that bad boy image, but he wasn't really he's a lovely, soft-natured guy. And I think because Peter Manley played the pantomime villain perfectly, because people didn't really hate him. They loved to hate him, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But I always fear for the players that. Bristow did it best in terms of hate. They hated him, but his career was short-lived, and we've seen Barry Van Peer with the case of the dartitis. Yeah, that was pressure. You think of Eric's career; it was only 8 or 9 years long. Do you think that was down to the enormous pressure put on because of the fans disliking him so intensely?
Well, I think I would love to have for social media to been around in Eric's day.
Oh my God.
So it has been recently.
It would have been a shorter career. Yeah.
So I mean, with social media and everyone's sort of in touch with the game now, I think that adds pressure to players anyway. Yeah. Come back to Paul Nicholson. I think with Paul, we all knew that wasn't Paul's persona. He's a lovely guy off the stage, but that was like a mask for him. Same as Peter Wright when he does his hair and stuff.
Yeah, because he's a real shy fella. Away from the hockey, you wouldn't say boo to a goose.
So these players that are trying to break the mould, all credit to them, and don't ever lose that. I think that's
and I think with Paul, the mechanics of his throw is still there, and for him, it's just one of them confidence things. I think if he clicks, he could quite find himself climbing up the rankings again, because mechanically, I've watched him throw. It all looks exactly the same. Yeah. And the mechanics of the throw, as we know, they're the fundamentals. Anyway, a bit more on the junior darts. If any parents out there are thinking about getting their kids involved, where can they find out some information? Website, etc.?
Yeah, well, they can visit juniordarts.com. All the information's there. Obviously, we have a UK tour for the sort of more accomplished young players, but obviously the academies is a breeding ground for us. So if you're aged between 8 and 18, get along to your nearest academy. And
Michael will be at one of the academies in Bristol shortly, won't he?
Yeah, we've got an event. Our European Championships and World Championships are on the 2nd and 3rd of December at Whitchurch Sports Centre. So yeah, Michael will be there, Phil will be there, sort of walking around and sort of shaking hands with the kids.
I will try and be there on the 3rd myself.
That'd be great if you can make it.
If I can make it, come and show my face and give any little bits of advice I can. Won't be many. But for now, Steve, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.